Hey, it's Simon and I'm out here in Leysin today. This is one of my favourite Magic Pass resorts and I've come for one reason. I'm feeling a little bit sketchy in the terrain park at the moment, and Leysin is known for having one of the best ones. Just have a look over there. Anyway, today I'll take you on a bit of a guided tour. I'll hit some of the features that I feel comfortable with and I'll show you some of the ones that I'm definitely not comfortable with. But anyway, let's get into it. Here is the Leysin Terrain Park. Okay, so here at the top of the large line, I'm not going through that yet. There is a little tunnel which takes you to the small and medium line. Medium line is just over there. We're going to start over here on the small.
The small line in the park is exactly where you want to be to try and build your confidence. It starts off with these nice floaty small jumps. They are sculpted so nicely, which means that they are reassuring, with the takeoffs and the landings being far from sketchy. The bottom end of the park has some nice ride-on boxes, including this small rainbow and this long flat box to finish.
Okay, so over here you've got the medium line. You can see it starts with a little bit of a rail garden and it goes into some jumps. So let's see how we go.
The top of the park gives you a choice of these two boxes. The wavy box on the right was super fun, and then you've got the option of a long flat as well. Moving into the bigger jumps, which, do you know what, didn't seem that scary after a bit of practice on the smaller jumps. The progression here is really obvious in Leysin, and after a few laps I found riding these jumps really confidence inspiring. There's not many parks that you can go and hit all these features and just feel like the grooming and the run-ups and the landings are absolutely great, and Leysin is one of those places for me. I should mention that access to the Leysin Terrain Park is on this rather slow chairlift. Getting to the chair is probably easiest by using the Leysin gondola, which takes you to the top of the resort. At peak times there can be queues down at the bottom, but I didn't find, even though it was busy, that I was waiting too long, and it gives you great access to lap the park over and over. Another section of the Leysin Terrain Park that is definitely worth checking out is the border cross track. Now, despite my slow start, it wasn't long before I'd use the rollers that are upcoming to develop a little bit of speed and head down the track. I would say that there's nothing too scary about this border cross in Leysin, and it's really fun, which makes it popular with the ski groups. Mostly the kids who are heading through the Leysin Terrain Park are heading to the border cross track, so be sure to wait for a time when the track is clear and you're not going to bump into lots of people on your run. But besides from that, the border cross is definitely well worth exploring here in Leysin.
Just want to take a second to interrupt this video to shout out my sponsor for this winter, Hidden Mountain Ski. I wouldn't be here in Leysin or at any of these Magic Pass resorts without their support. Their links are down in the description. Check them out if you want to come to places like Leysin.
Okay, so now let's look at the scary stuff, the large line. And I must say that first rainbow rail was really, really fun. And by the end of the day, I was lapping that as well. However, these big jumps, I wasn't going anywhere near, but people were absolutely boosting themselves off these things. This is where the pros come to practice their tricks, and the jump line is pretty impressive. After the jumps on the large line, you will find a series of rails, little side hits, and then long boxes towards the base of the park. These are well above my comfort zone, but would add challenge for anybody who's looking for it.
That's it for today here in Leysin and the Leysin Terrain Park. As you can probably tell, it is a really nice setup here. It's definitely one of the best parks that I have found on the Magic Pass. So if freestyle is your thing, then head to Leysin and check it out. As always, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for being here right to the end, and I'll see you next week with another video.